That should be recording now. Are you gonna activate? There we go. Okay. Good morning, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I'm kind of new here. My name is Lao Vis-Blind. It's really nice to meet you all. This is my first FPS, and it's just I don't know what exactly we're doing at the moment, but I am here, and I'm gonna play with a really cool friend of mine who's also I think this is your first time playing, isn't it? Could you want to introduce yourself for everyone listening?
Yeah, I'm Butt Barrel, and this is also my first FPS, and this was.
And
I
this is a bit.
can't.
This is
I.
not my fucking.
This is where the bit stops because I can't get through it.
So
Um.
we can't carry it along.
But no, I'm JayJay, and I'm playing Drew, and Dew's here with me playing
What do you think I'm playing? Take a
everyone's
guess, people. Who do you think I'm
everyone's
playing?
favorite asshole.
Everyone's piece of shit bird in a wheelchair, and potentially maybe a little sunny friend. We don't know. They might be around. That's up in the air. But for now, definitely the bastard in the wheelchair is going to be lurking.
Yeah, and this is Dreams Like Plant Life. In case if I'm uploading this and you can't see the title card, but I haven't fucked up yet, so we're fine. Um, we're gonna. Where did my notes go? So we're starting today off. We're on the farm. Drew's working and doing stuff, whatever stuff consists of, considering every fucking day is different and chaotic usually. It's early evening. We've both eaten already and we're back doing I don't know what if you have something in mind specifically for them to be doing then
I mean,
normally if it's farm shenanigans I let you pick whatever they're doing because
yeah,
you're the boss.
yeah.
But
Now, now is the boss. Gosh.
quote unquote
Um.
temporary
No,
general
I'm just thinking
manager.
like. I mean, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll something actually. Just I should have rolled this earlier, but I'm gonna check for now.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. This is not related to this. This is just a fun thing. I was like, what would happen if the first time Drew calls you boss? And they rolled a thing, but
Oh
I'll
god.
tell you later what that was. Don't worry about
Um
it. It's fine.
okay.
But yeah, essentially, I would assume that Drew brought his own lunch,
Yeah.
considering
Yeah.
the last time.
Yeah. I don't know what it
So
is. I
Laos
didn't think that far
basically
ahead, but
Valid, I pet you so much, but Beryl, you're so valuable. Um, but yeah, Laos basically probably just had like a salad or some shit. You know, he just pulls whatever the fuck he's got out of his hammer space,
mhm.
and just punches down. Soul probably like popped around very briefly, dropped a few good breeze in for both of them, and then scurried off to wherever the hell it is Soul goes when they're not within eyesight. Which would be more worrying in certain places, but for now they're at the farm, and you know, Lao's pretty certain Soul can only get up to so much mischief in all this place, and
Mhm.
if they do get up to mischief, it's not his problem. Um, so right, I
What
guess
farm task are we doing?
that is a good question. Um, Man, well, I think Lao's probably just gonna be like going around and checking the house to see if there is anything there that
Mhm.
needs to be done. Um, Farm tasks. It would probably be what time of year it is. It would probably be like there's like just I know we did the fences last time.
Mhm.
It might be just for Drew to be like checking, checking like the Carmina has like a little water house kind of thing. It's like it's kind of like a well, but it's set up near a river so that you can like draw water from it and it's fresh water. I think Lao's just gonna probably tell or ask Drew to just check and make sure that none of the brickwork of that is just like crumbling or anything. Because the last thing
Mhm.
you want is for the land underneath that to just suddenly either crumble into the river, or for the brickwork on the outside to just start letting critters in that might make a nest inside the well.
You don't want rocks in your water. Very understandable.
Incredibly understandable.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is ask you to roll either a perception or insight. It's up
They're
to you.
both the same mod. It means absolutely Jack Diddley's dingus.
Cool.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, you greedy dumb bastard.
Okay,
It's
that's
a 10.
average. That's average. And it's also like afternoon, so um they've been at this for a while. You kind of have noticed as the day goes on that Drew's moving a lot more slowly than they normally do when they do shit. They're still doing things. My brain lost all of the words in the English language. Like correctly, they're doing things up to standard, but it's taking them a bit longer than it normally would.
Hmm.
But other than
Okay.
that, like, got a 10.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Gosh, that Lau, what are you gonna do? Because the last time we tried to talk to Drew about stuff, um, Drew ignored him for a full fucking week, and he had to try and corner Drew to try and get us to talk about shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So damn. What are you gonna do here, buddy? Just gotta think, cause okay, he would probably come over and just kind of quote unquote examine the work that Drew is doing to see if it looks like it's basically good enough, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
Mm-hmm.
good enough to just leave it and drop it for now.
Mm-hmm. Um, so the work that they're doing is still up to standard. Like, they're not doing any worse than they normally would. Like, like, this is not as bad as the initiation where shit just went off the walls. No, they everything's up to
Right.
standard. It's just taking them longer to do things.
Okay. He's just okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll something. Let me just see.
Okay.
Oh my god, really? Really? Okay. The whole four. Okay. So you're just gonna go ahead and blurt this out then, aren't you? He's just gonna come up next to Drew and he's just gonna cock his head, pop his head in his chin in his hand. He's just gonna look at Drew and say, "Oh, working a little sluggishly today, Drew."
Uh yeah, yeah.
Side. Roll next side, please.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
words. Oh my words. Hey, Lau? Me?
Nice. That's a 9. Hell. Hell. Um
God.
you kind of get the feeling that maybe they're kind of tired. You don't know.
Mm.
That's a. They're tired. That's a 9.
See,
I don't.
no, I know it's a 9. The thing is, I was gonna assume this is like, you know how sometimes you eat too much or like you eat and then your body gets sleepy?
Yeah.
I was gonna assume that's what's going on here. So he's just gonna sigh under his breath and go, Drew, if you haven't Drew, you've only just eaten. Why don't you just go back into the house and let yourself do whatever your body does with food? I'm not going to question that. But why don't you just go sit down for a bit? I'll sort this out and then you can come back and find some other jobs for you to do later.
Drew's gonna look at Lau and blink really confused, like, and then just, no, I'm alright. I just, haven't been sleeping real well, so I'm kind of tired. That's all.
Mm. I was just gonna like, oh, you haven't been sleeping. Is that not? Um, is there a particular reason for this, or is that just is there something recently that would
You
cause you to struggle to sleep? I'm just gonna roll something here.
if it's not insight, you
Now
can
you roll
also
high.
what
Gosh,
you can also roll insight if that's not already what you're rolling.
no, it's not insight. I just, oh my gosh. I just rolled a charisma save to
Oh
see how
God.
awkward he was being, and he rolled a 22. What the fuck, Lau? You rolled the most awkward. I just. Apparently, despite the fact that this came out rather awkwardly, it was charmingly awkward, so he didn't exactly piss Drew off an incredible amount with this nosy questioning.
No, and again, Drew, you were there. Drew hasn't been sleeping, so they're just kind of fucking confused as to.
I'm so annoyed at this man. I'm sorry while you've been talking. I rolled another insight, and he got this. I am. It's not as bad as it could be, but
Okay, this is insight.
it's
Okay. You ask Drew, if there's anything like going on to cause this, or if something started happening recently that would cause this, and it takes you a minute, but yeah, you kind of get the feeling that whatever is causing them to not sleep is kind of a recent development, at least to this degree. That's it. You rolled a 12. I don't.
oh, oh
Wow, you're fucking killing me.
no, buddy. He's so bad with people. I can't stress this enough.
Oh,
I
I
can't
know.
stress
I
this
know.
enough.
I'm
He's
well
so
aware.
gosh. Okay. So this is a recent development. He's gonna look out across where the river is flowing, where Drew is working at the moment, and he's just gonna sit and think for a little bit. And then he's just Sorry, I have to think of how Lau's gonna respond to this.
Mm-hmm. I think while I was thinking and looking over the river, Drew goes back to working on the whatever it is, the well
Yeah,
sort of thing.
well house kind of thing. Um,
Sorte, you're gonna have to like get me a picture of whatever this thing looks like, because I don't. If it's not like a circular well, I'm like, what is this contraption?
um, oh come on, my brain is just like it's like on low burr at the moment. Come on, brain, work.
You can do
Um,
this. You got this.
oh gosh, Lau's just gonna stare out across the water for a good long while. Just kind of listening to the thunk 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 of Drew working on the brickwork and making sure it's all lined up and no cracks and stuff correctly put together. Um, and he's gonna call over his shoulder because he's turned away to look towards the water and says,
Mm-hmm.
Drew, the last time we had an issue with your work, it was a personal one, and it caused you to not to speak to me for a week. I don't know whether this is one of those kind of issues, but if it is, I would rather that we clear the air now before it starts to develop into another week of silence.
This has nothing to do with you.
I think it does have at least something to do with me when it starts to affect your work as my employee.
I mean that. I meant that you weren't the cause of it, but like, okay. And they're gonna blink and just. They're gonna
Okay.
like look over what they're doing and just like internally they're like, damn, I didn't think I was doing that bad.
Do you want to roll an insight, please?
Yeah,
Come
sure, I can do
on,
that.
mate.
I have to remember to do it right.
Okay, that was supposed to just be a 7 plus 2. That's a 9, not a 6.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. It's a. I already forgot what it was. 25.
Huh. Alright. Damn. You see, Lao visibly was like, his outline was kind of like slightly thick and
Mm-hmm.
wasn't looking at you, but you kind of like glanced out the corner of your eye that his shoulders were kind of hunched up a little, just slumped very slightly. Um, and his outline seems to have thinned slightly as he turns towards you. You can kind of guess when you say that he wasn't the cause, he just kind of relaxed a little at that. Um,
Calm down,
um,
bird brain. We're fine.
don't tell him to calm down.
Drew does not say that. That's me saying that.
I know, and I pat you, and I love you very much. But then Lao's just he's gonna turn away from the river and look back to Drew again and just cock his head and say, well, if it's not something that I have done, is it? And he thinks and stops and thinks and just, did, mm, did, was it something that, was it something that Austin has done?
No.
Can
Like.
roll insight again.
Okay.
Oh my words.
Oh god.
You
Oh
get it
god.
on this? You get it on this? Are you for real? Nat 20
Oh.
on this?
They're not lying, like. Okay, I guess with a 22, you can get that, like, they're not lying. Like, Austin is not the reason that they can't sleep. Like,
Mm.
if anything, Austin helped them sleep, but, like. Which also isn't a lie, so, like.
Oh my gosh. Pat you. He's just gonna furrow his brows again, because, like, well, if it's not. Just say, well, if it's not me and it's not Austin, I think we're the only two people you really know, so who the hell else could it be that's done this to you? Or if it's not person, what exactly has caused this change? And he, instead of finishing the sentence, he just kind of like reaches up and taps his head and squints at you.
Drew, when you say that. When you say that you and Austin are the only people that Drew really knows, you're gonna drop whatever tool they were holding and just give you a look like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean?
I, 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 look, I cannot explain to you the way that Lau is thinking right now.
What do you mean?
I know that Drew knows more people than them, but Lau has only met Drew, who has met Austin. At the current moment in time, he's not thinking about the outside world of potential people Drew could have fucking met. Okay? I'm so sorry. But now it's just, if it's not in the sphere of the farm
Oh,
or
God.
Austin, what person could possibly have affected you?
Oh my god. I'm I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting
And
here.
you're also just sitting here looking at my dumb bow.
Um so Drew gives you this look and just you are aware that like I know other people besides you and Austin, right?
Hang on, hang on, hang on, come on, something. God.
Drew's got this look on their face like is this bird for real?
Give me a second. Oh, you wanna roll an insight?
Oh Christ. Sure.
And it just sits up and blinks and says, well, of course you know more people other than me and Austin. Why wouldn't you know more people than me and Austin? That's it. Yeah, Yeah, he's backtracking very quickly. He did not think you knew more people than him and Austin.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
he's trying very hard to persuade you that yes, he does. In fact, no, he
No,
was
I
just
am not
thinks.
stupid. Not at all.
I certainly didn't think that the world was for you and consisted of purely me, Sol, and Austin. Absolutely not.
Oh my god. Damn, don't tell Lao about the time that Drew got stabbed or anything.
Shout out to Val's knife. That's its own separate fucking entity.
That was not even the event I was talking about. Okay. Hell.
I
Um,
phased out for a second.
God. So, Drew's just listening to Lao backtrack, like, flabbergasted that he was. Yeah. Um, and Drew's just picking up the tool, hammer, whatever it was they were using. Nobody specified. And starts working again and just. No, it wasn't somebody else either. You can roll insight if you want.
I am going to roll insight. Come on, you dumb. But you know what? Because Lauer's having trouble pass this out, and he knows he's having trouble pass this out. I'm just gonna do something very quickly. Give me a moment. I'm gonna check.
Fear?
Make sure this is something I can do. Before I do it, where are you at?
I love when
Where is
I'm
your
like, you can roll insight, and then somebody is
cool?
like, wait, what if instead?
Oh, so what I'm gonna do is, Drew, you're gonna hear a snapping of fingers from behind you,
Okay.
and now's gonna cast enhance ability on himself. He's
Uh-huh.
casting out wisdom because it gives him advantage on ability wisdom checks. So I get a fucking advantage on this wisdom throw.
Okay.
I didn't need it. I didn't fucking need it. Of course I didn't. That's a 19 plus 2. 19, not a 9. Thank you, guys, passer. Here you go, it's a 21. Insight. Gimme.
On
Give me the
insight.
G's.
Okay. So Drew says that it wasn't caused by someone else, meaning that it wasn't you, and it wasn't Austin, and it wasn't one of the other people that Drew knows. But you get the feeling that, like, okay, so it wasn't somebody else, so maybe it was Drew themselves.
God, I know what he's gonna say. It's gonna be fucking stupid.
Oh,
Oh,
Christ.
God. Also, just to let you know, I've been using the wrong modifier for my insight, but I will remember from now on. It's not plus 2, it's a plus 4.
Hey, that
Um,
was me last time. That's why it
Good enough.
changed halfway through.
No,
Because.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Now I was just gonna kind of blink and then squint again to his head to the side. Kind of confused. Um, just absentmindedly kind of like pick at the side of his blanket. Then just gonna look straight down at Drew because I imagine Drew's crouching down. He's a bit lower than the
Mm-hmm.
chair. Just gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, if it wasn't me and it wasn't Austin, what the hell did you do?"
Drew's gonna sigh and just. I don't know that I did it.
What?
You don't have to roll insight to know that whatever it is, they don't really want to be talking about it.
Wisdom save. Is it wise to push on? Wow, okay. That is, Are you getting that 20s on these? Why are you getting that 20s on these saves? Why?
What are these whiz saves for?
Going to be an idiot and press?
Ah, okay.
Like, what would be the actual reasonable person thing to do, uh, in a social situation like this?
Mm-hmm.
And he rolls a fucking nat 20, so he's not actually gonna press. Oh, he's an idiot, but he's also, oh gosh.
I mean, you
Um,
could just say, like, if you're really that desperate, you could just say fuck the dice, but.
I think what he is actually going to do, he's going to realize that maybe out near the well isn't the best place to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he's just gonna, Drew, if you want to discuss this properly, maybe we should head inside. I can put a cup of tea on and we can just actually talk about this somewhere that isn't, and just kind of looks around outside in the open.
Um. All right, but I'm not drinking any of that.
Well, now, look, alright, fine. I can understand why, considering the, uh, well, last time. However,
Mm.
I will let you know I make a damn good cup of tea. There's one thing I know how to do, it's make tea. And he's just gonna head on off, to the farmhouse.
I think Drew will finish
So,
at the well real quick and then follow after him.
oh, yeah, he's just gonna go through the front door. He's gonna head straight to the kitchen, and I'm gonna roll a survival to see how well he makes tea.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. So Lau goes to the kitchen, and you see him fiddling around with stuff in the tea, clink clanking around. He just calls over his shoulder, just take a seat, I'm with you just a second. And yeah, you probably just like take a seat, wait for a few minutes, and then Lau comes over the tray with like a teapot, with like fresh leaves of some kind in there, and two mugs of like just two empty mugs. He fills one of your mugs, and then he just kind of leaves his mug empty. Um, he pushes yours towards me and says, "Well, try this one. I haven't brewed this one very long, so it should be a bit more suitable to your tastes."
Drew's gonna look at it very specific. That's not the word that I wanted.
Suspiciously.
Yes, that. Thank you. Very
Well,
suspiciously, and slowly start to sip at it.
uh, well, I rolled a 14, so it is
It.
actually it's decent tea. It's decent. It's not blowing your mind, but you don't want to spit this out. It's just tea. It's just plain green tea.
Yeah. Um, but they'll sip at it slowly. They don't drink their tea very fast, so
Valid. Also, considering the last thing you put in your mouth that was made by Lao, I would also drink with caution.
yeah, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Considering the last thing that they put in their mouth that Lao made gave them food poisoning. So anyway, does Lao pour himself a cup of tea?
Uh, no, actually, his mug is empty. And he's just interlaced his fingers together and plonked his beak on the top, and he's just looking at you. Um, and you can just see he's just waiting patiently. And I won't make you roll inside. He looks like he's just waiting for you to start.
Um, Drew will sip at their tea a bit and then put the cup down and just. It's just nightmares. Everyone gets those.
Ooh, wanna roll insight?
Oh god.
Wanna roll insight for me? Oh, you dinky man. You dinky man. Okay, where's that?
17.
Yeah, when you say nightmares, Lau, his eyes narrow and he tenses up just slightly again before he relaxes. But his eyes do say kind of narrowed, and his pupil has shrunken just slightly as he looks at you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he just, what do you mean by nightmares exactly? Are they the kind you wake up screaming from, or are they just simple, what's the term? And he just taps the side of his beak. The kind where you, what's it? Most people have those, what is it, where they they dream about doing something embarrassing and everyone's laughing at them kind of thing.
It wouldn't. It. Both, but not. Not really. It's not like embarrassing. It's you can roll inside.
More inside! Oh wait, I can do this with advantage because I've still got freaking enhanceability up. How long does this
Big.
last? I think it's an hour.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna check. Give me a second. This is where you forgets to do the checks.
Well, yes, but
Um,
actually, no. You're not wrong.
okay, cool. It's an hour. It is an hour, so I get advantage. Hell yeah. So, first one. Okay, I want to re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 14.
Nice. Okay. Um. So, uh, they're having trouble explaining it, but whatever happens in these nightmares is not something embarrassing, but it evokes a different kind of emotion that Drew is not used to feeling. And sometimes they will wake up in like, not like a cold sweat, but they'll wake up panicked.
Mm. Okay. I was just gonna kind of nod his head very slowly, and he's gonna look down at his. He's gonna look down at the teapot, which has been stewing for quite a bit now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just gonna pick that up, pour himself a cup of tea, which, as you see as it comes out, is almost black. It's been stewing for so long,
Oh
and he
boy.
puts it down. Um, and he pulls the mug towards him, and he just thumbs the side of it, and continues on saying, "It'd help if you wrote down what you felt, or would you be able to actually speak about it?"
I I don't need to write it down. It's more like I don't want to speak about it.
Well, if you don't speak about it, it's just going to sit up there, and he just taps the side of his head until it either festers and explodes, or it comes out in other, less agreeable ways.
Okay. You can roll insight again.
Cool. Uh-huh. Dirty 20. Dirty 20 it is.
Okay, so you say other less favorable measures or whatever the exact verbiage is that you use. You get the feeling that's kind of already happened.
Mm. Okay. Do you want to roll me a counter insight?
Sure. I'm getting nice rolls today. It's another dirty
There you
20.
are. 2020. So Lao gets the impression that this has already happened, and in response to that, Drew, you kind of see Lao's eyes widen. He seems to realize what you're trying to imply, and you kind of get it's like almost a brief flash of understanding across his eyes before it gets shuttled away. Um, and he leans back and says, "So it's already an issue, then, more so than just a case of disturbing your sleep patterns."
If by more than just a case of disturbing my sleep patterns, my room is essentially non-functional, then yeah.
Uh, uh, Lao's just gonna blink, blink. What do you mean non-functional?
Um, it kind of looks like a librarian's hoarder's mess in there.
Another blink blink. Al just very slowly stops thumbing the side of his mug. Absentmindedly raises it up and just tips it towards his beak. You see the top half of his beak disappear into this mug as he just keeps directly looking at you, Drew. And you just hear like a slow chunk, chunk, chunk as
Oh
this goes
god.
down before the clunk it gets set on the wooden table, and he just stares down the mug. What? What the fuck are you doing? That has caused your living, sleeping bedroom to become a librarian's little nooky haven.
Drew's gonna blink and just. I'm trying to find answers where they may or may not exist.
Ooh.
Also,
Ooh.
unrelated, but that's the second time anyone has ever said that word around Drew, and they still don't know what it means, so.
Do you want to roll another insight, Drew?
Sure. It's another dirty 20. I rolled 13
Oh, brilliant.
again.
When you say you're looking for answers when you don't know you're going to find them, you see that kind of flash across his face once again.
Yeah, I bet I fucking do!
It's there for a little longer this time. Now seems to get where you're coming from on this, and he just nods again. Alright, well, I suppose I can't exactly tell you to stop or to not try and sort this out. If it's disturbing your sleep, you are clearly trying to do something about it. However, it seems the way you're going about it isn't really helping much.
Not yet.
I think it's more so. I think it's less not yet, and more so if you keep going this way, you're going to run yourself into the ground. Slowing down at work already, Drew. What should have taken you, and this is from assessment, mind you, this isn't me being judgmental, I've seen how you work. You aren't a slacker. You do not slack off, you do the job, you do it well, and you make sure everything is in shape before you leave it done. That job out there should have taken you 3/4 of the time it took you. You're slowing down and it's affecting you. So, whatever it is you are doing isn't working. It isn't working quickly enough. So, tell me, Drew, are you doing this? Are you doing this by yourself? Have you considered? Have you got anyone other than, I presume, Austin knows about this, and if Austin. And you can roll insight there if you want.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, Drew. You're gonna start rolling like shit now?
Well, don't worry. It's not exactly hard to see. For a brief moment, you see kind of you see Lao's outline get slightly thicker, and there seems to be like weird, like the spikes coming off, like just for a second, before Lao gives his full body shake and the spikes go away. And the line art gets just slightly thinner, back to normal. And he sighs and looks back to you. If Austin is either enabling or assisting in this behaviour, then I'm going to have to talk to him about this because it's affecting you and your work, and he just taps the side of his head. That.
You want to roll insight?
I do want to roll insight. No.
No.
Okay, I rolled an 8 and then I rolled a 2. 12.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's not hard to tell. The minute that you insinuate that Austin might be causing this. Drew is not fucking happy.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Drew's not happy with you. And it's kind of fucking obvious.
I'm so sorry to say, even if you're unhappy with this, Lau's just staring at you, and man, he's not gonna back down from that. He's not gonna back down from what he said because he's met Austin once. He's met Austin once, and yes, it was very nice, and he seemed like, very chill and a nice guy, but he doesn't know Austin very well. Doesn't. Apart from the fact that they have the same taste in foods, which is incredibly strange to Lao for a multitude of reasons. But
yeah, I can't fucking imagine why.
But Lao doesn't know Austin. He doesn't know if this is the kind of behavior that Austin would encourage or would deter or would he does it. He doesn't know.
Okay, someone has to remind me because I don't know if I've said it. I might have imagined it. Did Drew told Lao that Austin helped, right? Or did I say that out of character? I don't remember. I know I said something like that, but I don't remember if it was in character or not. It was out of character. Okay, at least somebody's paying attention because it's not me. So Drew looks angry with you, very obviously, and just I understand that you've only met him once, but Austin is not the kind of person that would do that. Regardless of what you know, Austin is not the reason I'm having nightmares. So I'd appreciate it if you backed off.
Lao's gonna look away from you, and he looks at the bottom of his now empty mug, and he's gonna pick up the teapot for himself. Another even darker brew. Plonk it on the table, pull it back towards him, look at Drew once again, and one hand is just gonna disappear from the table, underneath the table, and he's just gonna continue on and saying, I understand how I may have implied that Austin was the cause of this. I didn't mean to imply that Austin caused your nightmares, more so that I don't know if Austin would, whether on purpose or not, exacerbated the condition to the point that it has affected you to the point it has now. As you've said, I don't know Austin very well. I've met the man once, but they don't seem to be malicious or have done so. Don't seem to have done anything with ill intent. And you can kind of see Lao is looking away from you. He is looking at his mug, and it's plain to see that he's struggling for words here. I just want to make sure that whatever is affecting you won't affect your work here and doesn't affect your overall. He sounds almost pained as he's saying this last word. Your overall health outside or inside of work.
Let me assure you that if anything, Austin is helping the situation rather than making it worse.
Let's just. I suppose I have to take your word on it. And he's just gonna look away very quickly and just, again, stick his beak to the seat and just look away from you.
Just stick your whole fucking beak in there, why don't you?
Oh, your fucking beak, the whole damn thing. Not just the top half, just the bottom half. Whole damn thing in the mug. You hear the chink, chink, chink.
Jesus
As you
Christ.
presume. You hear the chink, chink, chink as you presume that the beak inside of that mug is in fact opening and closing and
Oh
lapping
my
up the
god. Oh my god. Okay, so now that the moment has recited with that, just gonna take a deep breath and just. Have you ever been to Tezukanada? Wow.
Good question. Good question. Give me a moment. History, because before Lao settled down, he kind of did a bit of like looking around for a place to settle.
He did a bit of fucking around and finding out.
He did, in fact, do what I have personally been calling the Danthew method of fucking around and finding out.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I can't not use that. It's such a good method, and it should be. I hope that it soon becomes just Draft House Fair. 24 history. He may have like skirted the borders of Tezukanada. For like plant reasons, but he would be after a specific like type of rare plant, or maybe to speak to someone who has that kind of rare plant. Otherwise, he hasn't really explored much beyond that. So he just looks at Drew and says, "Well, apart from picking up the odd plant or two, or perhaps inquiring about someone's research, not particularly."
Drew's gonna nod and just. I'm going there. I don't know when yet.
He just blinks and just leans his head forward and cocks it to the side, like very bird-like, like, huh? Pardon? What?
I've said I'm going there.
Just, I see. He leans back and he, gosh, I am gonna roll this because he's an idiot and he would.
Oh god.
That's what I thought, you dumb piece of shit. You try and you fail. It's a 4. 4. He tries to lean back in his chair and broaden his shoulders and look bigger, but he just looks fluffy. Like his outline just seems to go.
Oh my god.
Slightly fluffy. He's tried to be intimidating, but no. You're just a fluffy man. You're just a dumb bird in a chair, mate. You're not intimidating. You ain't intimidating for shit.
Drew's just gonna blink like maybe he's having the cold air is affecting his feathers. Drew doesn't know. Drew doesn't have feathers. Just made of metal.
Nail's made of charcoal. He also doesn't have feathers. At least not that you know of.
Drew doesn't know.
You also kind of see, like, it's hard to be intimidated when you just on occasion see, like, the curls on the back of his head just kind of, like, twitch on occasion. He's leaned back and he says, "I suppose you're going to fill out and or tell me that you were going to Tezukanada before you went. Obviously, before this conversation was even a concept in your mind."
Yeah. Obviously.
I'll just blinks. Oh, well then. And he just slumps his shoulders.
I'm not as stupid as I look, you know. And he says this with like a grin on his face.
Now, rolls his eyes and picks up the mug, which you can see is empty, and he picks it up and just goes to quote unquote take a sip. You can roll perception if you want.
Oh god, okay. I don't remember what my perception modifier is because I've been rolling insight this whole time, but
It's not gonna be high.
well, that's good because well, my modifier makes it better, but
Yeah, okay. Um, you say you're not as stupid as you look, and Lau picks up the mug and he definitely takes a just sip from his drink. But you can kind of hear, because it's empty, you can kind of hear the words echo out very softly as he says, I wouldn't, oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
she's not gonna say anything to that. They'll just keep their mouth shut.
Sorry, he's just like this. He's just like this. He's just a dumb fuck.
You could make a comment on how dumb Lao is, but they won't.
Gosh, I encourage people to just be mean to this man, please do. Um, he's gonna plonk, plonk the thing back on the table. Look at Drew and say, well, do you know how long you expect to be gone?
No.
Well,
We're only
you
going
see-
one place, but we don't know how long it'll take.
And you said, why exactly are you going to Canada? Is it did you need to go on vacation or holiday from
That's
work?
where the
to-
lab is.
Blink. The lab.
Just having this very small, quote unquote small, realization that they've never explained the lab to Lao.
Lau has no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't have to know anything. He is, what the fuck are you talking about?
I am as a player having the realization only right now that Drew has only ever told Austin about the lab. So
I'm living. I'm fucking living. It's beautiful. Please explain to this bird what a lab is and why you're going there.
Oh my god. So I'm not gonna go into extreme details here, but Drew will explain just the lab is a place that's in Tezukanata. It's where they were built, they think, and they spent a very long time there alone, and they don't have any memories, and they think that maybe their memories are there. They don't know, but it's lore stuff that you and everybody else in this VC know about already, but they'll just explain what a lab is to Lao.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm gonna roll
god,
intelligence.
can't.
I'm gonna roll intelligence.
Oh,
'Cause I wanna
Christ.
see how much of the lab stuff he picks up. Come on,
my
buddy. Oh, guess what?
Oh god.
Oh, guess what?
It's a
You wanna guess
1.
what? Do you wanna guess what he got?
Is it a 1?
No, it's a 2. It's a 2. Now, you know, I'm gonna
In
roll
all his
another-
infinite wisdom.
Oh my words. Do you wanna roll an insight, please?
Sure.
Gosh, my dumb, stupid baby man.
22.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Al's face has kind of just blue screened. He does not know what a lab is. He gets the idea that you were, like, born there and that you don't remember a lot about it. And Wick, you fuck.
Oh my
For those
fucking god!
of you listening, I need to have this on recording. He's just said maybe he thinks it's a laboratory, and I love you so fucking much. I love you so much, Nick.
Wait.
Sorry. Oh my god. So fucking. I'm dead. Okay, what the fuck was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, oh no, don't choke. Don't choke, please.
Oh my god. So how does it feel
Anyway.
to be the funniest motherfucker on earth right now? Fuck. What the hell were we talking about?
About how Lao doesn't know what the fuck a lab
Oh
is.
yeah, okay.
He that he wants to go back there and like he knows about memories. Like
Mm.
you want to go find memories and stuff, and so he just nods and he says, "Right, well, it might take a little while to finish everything up at the farm and make sure everyone knows where we're going, but I'm sure we can settle affairs and head off as soon as you're ready."
Just gonna blink like what?
Lao's gonna blink back like, "What?"
What do you mean?
Like what? Al just tilts his head. What do you mean? What do I mean?
We?
Al just thinks. He's like, well, yes. Did you think I was just going to let you go by yourself? I mean, I presume Austin is going with you, but other than Austin, who do you think you're bringing with you?
I hadn't thought that far yet because we just started planning to go.
Do you want to roll insight?
Oh god. I knew saying it that Drew was gonna have to fucking
It's just
another
a dumb
dirty
thing.
20.
I'll get dirty 20 on this. You just see a look on Nell's face like, of course that's what you'd say, you dumb fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, so you don't know who you're bringing with you, and
Not
you know
yet.
you're bringing Austin. Not yet, and he rolls his eyes. You don't know who you're bringing yet, but you seem to be incredibly confident that you'll go there and everything will be fine, and you may come back at some point in the future. Tell me, um, tell me, Drew, if you don't have a set time that you're going to return, who am I going to put in charge of the farm? I don't have any other helpers. Well, there is one other person that resides here that I'd have to let know that we're going to be vacating, but if you're not here, half the things that would be done will not be done. So it would be far easier for everyone to just put the farm on hold for a bit, considering certain things, and well, when we come back, we can come back to the farm and actually get it up and running. Or one of the few employees that I actually have that, well, that does the work and does it in a decently amount of time. If you go off for an undesignated amount of time to some lab, he says it's like a foreign word in his mouth as he says it. You go off to some lab for an undesignated amount of time, and I don't know where you are, or what you're doing, or when to expect you back. How am I supposed to know when I need to hire a new hire? And you can roll an insight on that.
Okay. Internally, Drew's just like, well, if I don't come back, they write missing persons reports. Hell roll. Yikes.
I mean, yeah. So Lao is, I mean, he seems to be putting on a front of like, well, if I don't go with you, then I'm gonna have to try and find a new employee to fill your place. But yeah, that's not the reason. He's not. That's not the reason he's going with you. There
Mm-hmm.
is just the teensiest, tiniest increment of concern. It's
Oh
almost a
my
nuisance.
god, wow,
It's,
Lao has feelings?
shut up! Don't you dare accuse him of a single emotion other than scorn.
Holy hell. Write the fucking date down.
Don't fucking bring it up, please. For the love of God, if you bring up this emotion to his face. Oh,
So she's gonna get this look on their face. They won't say anything about it, and just, I mean, they'll
goodness.
sigh and just, I get it. That's why I'm telling you that I was going in the first place. But this is not this is not a field trip for fun. This is, if my memories aren't there, I'll have wasted everyone's time. The less people's time I waste, the better.
Hmm. Mm, should I roll an insight on that? I don't know. Just,
I need to stop looking in the gallery starting right
no,
now.
so I. So I. Just ignore it. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I'm not gonna roll insight. Now it's just gonna like. Now it's just gonna scoff and roll his eyes and say, if I don't go with you, this isn't so much a personal investment more as it is a monetary investment. I invested in your time and you as an employee on this particular estate slash farm. If you go missing, I don't know where you're going to go. I can't hang around and wait for you to come back. So it would just be easier for everyone if I and I suppose Soul as well. No, yes, I have to bring Soul. I can't leave Soul here. That'd be a really stupid idea. But I would need to bring both Soul and I with us. I need to speak to someone and see if I can sort out a few affairs and make sure that everything's taken care of where I am before we head off. But I'm almost certain that I'm not going to let you go just wander off without at least someone to make sure you come back. And I know you have Austin, but Austin isn't your employer.
I sure as hell hope not.
I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna check something quickly because I should probably have done this a little while ago.
Oh
Hmm.
god.
Right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Uh-huh.
15.
Oh, you definitely hear this then, and so does Lau, surprisingly.
Oh god.
Doesn't hear this kind of stuff.
I dropped one of my die.
Modifier. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I'm so afraid.
So you hear
Oh god.
coming from the door, uh,
Oh god.
and Lau just looks up, and he squints and cocks his head and looks down at the tea, and his eyes widen as he realizes, oh, oh shit, I forgot that they want. And do you want to rate me one last? Do you want to make me like a dex save quick?
A dex save?
Please.
Oh hell. Hell world.
Save.
Oh, okay, we're fine. Everything is fine.
Should be fine. I'm pretty sure you're fine. Pretty sure you're fine.
Mm.
See if you're fine. Let's see how fine you
I
are.
got a dirty 20. I better fucking be fine.
20. Alright, let's see. Oh, you're not gonna believe this. You're
Oh,
not gonna
Christ.
believe this. That's an at
What
20.
the fuck?
That's 20. I'm gonna roll for now. What's your dex, mate?
Die,
You're not gonna
Burberry.
believe that. You got an 11. So good news.
Good.
Don't get hit first.
I
The good
don't?
news.
Okay.
No, Lao gets it first. He rolled an 11 on the dex save. He has no modifiers. He's fucked. So
That's
you hear the
normal.
poof, 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 and the door comes off its hinges. I'm so sorry, Sorte. Your farm has been taking a beating since you let Lao and Sol be here for a bit. Door comes off its hinges, poof, flumps into the front room, catches Lao straight on the side of his chair, and with a kind of shoots off and pushes Lao into you, and the table also gets flipped. And unfortunately, the tea does in fact go flying.
There isn't
And
any loud drink at all.
You're correct. So I guess it's just the pots and cutlery. Well, not the cutlery. It's just the teapots and the mugs that go flying. And
Okay.
Sol busts through the door, pushes the door through onto Lao, which pushes the table onto you. So good news. You're not like you don't get like a lot of damage from this. Because obviously you're a tough bot. You've probably had worse. But oof, man, Sol's just come busting through, and they are just
I'm
standing in the
just
doorway.
internally, I'm like, holy hell. And also, I'm like, I'm so glad that this is happening now and not the last time that I watched Soul stick their head through a door. But
Yeah, yeah, we don't talk about that. It's fine. Don't worry.
no, we don't. Wouldn't have failed the perception rules then. But Drew's under this fucking table and just. I thought you stayed outside.
So I'll just cocks their head from side to side to side to side, and they squeeze themselves through the front door. And Lao is again. He's pinned between a table and a door right now. The door is on. Like it's not on him, but it's against one side of the wheel of his chair, and the other side of the wheel is on the table, which you have just managed to kind of like step around and out of around.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just, oh, oh, what have I told you about busting down doors? Please stop just busting down doors. I've asked you to knock. And someone just kind of shakes their head a little, like a bit like
Drew
full body ruffle, and
just
clarifies. Sorry, go ahead.
they did knock at least, and they'll peel themselves out from under this table, and just I'll I guess I'll fix that tomorrow, and just uh turns and looks at Lao and just I'll get back to you on the when we're leaving.
Let me just roll something quickly for Lao. Okay, all right. That's a 3. No, it's a
On
14.
what?
Not a 3. It's a 14. It's a 14 on a strength roll. Lao's just like trying to push the door off of him, and it takes a good like heave ho, but he does
Mm-hmm.
eventually like just push the door onto the floor, and he just looks around at like the broken teapots and mugs and the table that has just been tilted on the side, and
All the wonderful things I have to fix.
yeah, he just puts one hand on his forehead and
One
just
head. He has more than
rubs.
one now.
Shush. Shush. What I said. He just puts a hand on his forehead and rubs and goes, yes, go on, head off home. I'll speak to you about this later. I'll either send Sol with a memo or I'll send you a note of some sort. I have some people to speak to, and I'm sure you have some people to speak to, and Soul, no, Soul, don't do that! And as you probably turn to leave, Soul has just sort of scuttled across the floor to like where the last little dregs of tea is, and you're just
Oh
gonna hear
fuck,
like the
sippy time.
sippy time. It's sippy time, and so Lao's just like, no, Soul, don't drink that for goodness sake. Yes, I know you wanted some earlier, but you weren't here earlier. Yes, I'll make you some more. Just stop drinking off the floor.
I think as
You
Lau
leave.
keeps screaming, Drew just walks off and we fade to black like that. Like, Lau's
And this
screams
is
can
how
be
it
heard
ends.
from miles.
That was a loud bird. He's a very loud
He
bird.
sure fucking is.
He's a loud bird.
Oh god.
And yeah, I think that's where it ends.
Yeah. Holy
So
shit.
Lao has invited himself on this fucking journey of yours.
Yeah, he sure fucking did.
I actually thought it was going to take more convincing on his side, but I guess not. He just was like, well, no, I'm not gonna fucking let you go off and get yourself killed. You're my only employee. I looked too hard, which is to say, I just decided one day that you would be hired, and I don't want to do it again. I really don't. So
Oh my
yeah.
god. Alright, well,
It's fun.
this was good. Holy shit, a lot happened. But thanks everyone, past and present, for listening. This was fucking whack.
It's so cute.
Bye bye.
Oh, goodbye, everyone.